Hey, what's up? It's No Name. Welcome to the Record Room at One Bad Apple Records in Castro Valley. Today we're going to check in with Chano Tizon.
Baby, why'd you switch up? Lately I've been thinking for myself. Get you out my head. Guns drawn like a stick up. Bring out all my demons. Get down on myself. Sometimes love ain't what we expect. Truth from the rest. Goodbye, my love. I think you broke my heart. That shit don't seem to start. I think you knew this would happen from the very start. I think you broke my heart. You watched me fall apart. I think you knew this would happen from the very start. But that's just love. That's just love. Last week was a trip, baby girl, I know. You're not used to this life, I know. Why did you stoop so low? I was on the road when you did me cold, picking up my feelings. You thought you'd never leave me. Now you got me here bleeding, and I'm not okay. Sometimes love ain't what we expect. Truth from the rest. Goodbye, my love. I think you broke my heart. That shit don't seem to start. I think you knew this would happen from the very start. I think you broke my heart. You watched me fall apart. I think you knew this would happen from the very start. But that's just love. That's just love. Well, I'm down. Can I get a pickup? Ride around town in a pickup truck. Plotting on me, I don't give a fuck. Lay low like a killer would. Can't stand thinking about what we had, girl. But ain't no way I'm ever looking back, no. About time I just do me, girl. Ooh. I think you broke my heart. That shit don't seem to start. I think you knew this would happen from the very start. I think you broke my heart. You watched me fall apart. I think you knew this would happen from the very start. But that's just love. That's just love. Thank you.
So what I'd really like to do is I want you to kind of take me back to the Philippines. I want you to take me back growing up, and obviously, you know, as kids are always attracted to music, but I want you to try to remember that moment where you realize, like, music is more than just something I listen to. It's a part of me.
It stemmed from the church.
Okay.
Yeah, I grew up in the church, and so music was always a part of that. And my father was always a part of the worship team, so me and my siblings followed suit and would play guitar, piano, or drums, and sing. So we always got acquainted with the instruments on stage and did it in a way. My dad taught us to do it in a way where it wasn't showing off. It was like, you know, you're trying to get these folks into a mood,
Yeah.
you know, a worship mood, for a higher calling, and then this is not where you're showing off. This don't don't
Yeah.
wail off
Keep it
into your
humble.
solo. Don't do your. But yeah, basically, this is not where you're showing off. This is to get folks in a mood of worship, and I did a lot of learning on that type of stage.
Okay.
Um,
And like so you know, it sounds like your family
Yeah.
was a musical family. So
Yeah,
basically,
big
from
time.
the time you were born, there's music around.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And when did you start playing instruments? When did you start singing?
Man, I feel like my dad always tried to put instruments in our hand as kids, so I can't really recall when exactly,
the itch started.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, in high school, when I got my heart broken for the first time,
Yeah.
I just ditched everybody. It was like senior year of high school. They had a music room that had a piano that was soundproof, or in a soundproof room. So I went in there and just started like playing piano and or playing the notes,
Sure.
and then writing songs with notes. And from there, I started trying to learn guitar with some of my favorite songs, and like Gavin DeGraw with, but he's only singing Sam Cooke songs, and
Yep.
or a lot of Pharrell. In my time, it was like NERD Pharrell,
Yeah.
and then Neptune's Pharrell,
Yeah,
and then
absolutely.
Robin Thicke and Pharrell, and okay, no more Pharrell.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Just I don't know. See, you said you go on a tangent. I just might have went on a tangent right there.
I love it.
But yeah, music I feel like has been always been around, and my love for hip hop started back in the Philippines when my kuya, we call big brothers kuya, my kuya played out the Bone Thugs and Harmony Crossroads album.
Awesome.
And that was literally my first taste of hip hop.
Cleveland's
like,
in the house.
It's like what, 1995
Yeah,
maybe?
yeah.
That shit was so crazy awesome. And to this day, I sing those tunes to myself and get right back to the islands.
So let's talk about it. You know, you're in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting into music. You're starting to write your own songs. And where does that lead you?
So the reason I was in the Philippines, I moved there when I was 1, and my parents brought us there because my parents felt heard the call to do mission work. And
Yeah.
my dad, being native to the land of the Philippines, he was like, well, I want to go back to my people and
Awesome.
help out as much as I can. And they did that within the street kids
Yeah.
of the Philippines.
Okay.
So there was a church there, and they did a lot of ministry with the street kids. And I grew up, playing with the street kids.
Yeah.
And so, that's why I was in the Philippines in the first place. Yes, I am Filipino as
Yeah.
well, but I've had the opportunity to go back and forth to America and experience life with the white picket fence and such.
Well, listen, this is something that probably a lot of people that grow up in America, don't know a lot of and don't get to talk to people about is the street kids in the Philippines. So tell us about growing up, with the quote unquote street kids, and did that have an impact or an influence on your music or your style or your vibe or your energy, or were there lessons learned? Were there crazy nights?
Big time. Because growing up, I feel like you're always pulled towards certain groups, and I feel like growing up, sometimes in the beginning, you have all kinds of friends, and then when you get to like elementary, or when you start separating and seeing where everybody goes, you're being pulled towards certain directions, and sometimes you're not going with your friends. You know what I mean? And some of the culture that I was feeling in the Philippines was either you're going with your friends to the rock group or the hip hop group. And I don't know why there was no other genres. I don't, where were the country kids or the,
Sure.
but those were the two in our barrio, you know what I mean, in our neighborhood. And I chose hip hop, and because my older brother, someone like a brother, Christian Bumatay, he introduced me to the Bone Thugs in 1995.
And
Man, that
that's
was my
it.
first taste. I never looked back. Something about being misunderstood. Like my good friend BB Wolf over here. I'm the big bad wolf, they say. Why did you scare that girl away? You don't even know me, so why you trying to tell me? I tried and I tried, misunderstandings really get to me. Take another deep breath, calm the storm within your chest. When they go low, you know the rest. It's times like this, I ain't acting like I know I should. You got me labeled big bad wolf, now you got me howling at the moon. Beat go bang like Super Saiyan, like Kurt Cobain. Yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, could have been love that blew my brains out. Not even playing, yeah. I've been hurt by lovers and friends, yeah. Switching my tempo, yeah. Looking for a real bad nympho to smoke that endo, yeah. Gotta be a real bad chick, able to drive my whip, able to tuck that clip. Bonnie and Clyde shit. Okay, the side bitch. I'm not heartless, but your girl so bad. Somebody stop me, make her feel fly. If your man talk, I'm all action. I'm the big bad wolf, they say. Why did you blow that house away? You don't even know me, so why you trying to tell me? I tried and I tried, misunderstandings really get to me. Take another deep breath, calm the storm within your chest. When they go low, you know the rest. It's times like this, I ain't acting like I know I should. You got me labeled big, bad wolf. Now you got me howling at the moon. It's times like this, I ain't acting like I know I should. You got me labeled big, bad wolf. Now you got me howling at the moon. Take this ride, maybe tomorrow take this flight. Take your time, text your friends, tell them to all drop by. Feeling my MJ, Mary Jane smoking my lungs. Feeling my MJ, rocking on the moon with Retro One. Somebody stop me, otherwise I'ma just keep on running. Somebody. I'm the big bad wolf, they say. Why did you scare that girl away? Blow that house away. Scare those pigs away.
You know, one of the things that I think is really cool watching you perform is your vocal range, obviously, and you know, you definitely go for the high notes. You definitely go for a higher range there. Talk to me about the process of kind of finding your own voice, because I know that you know, most people when they start getting in bands and they sing, they're covering songs or doing stuff, and I think a lot of times a singer, especially, will be like, I can do that. Like, I can do what he can do. Like, I'm gonna keep doing that.
Right.
So tell me a little bit about that, because it is unique, and it's also really difficult to do. I know a lot of people don't know about the technicalities.
It is,
of singing,
and my vocals are constantly torn up and out of whack because I'm trying to hit, you know, higher notes and stuff. But I'm in my falsetto head, so it really doesn't happen too often. But I grew up also, you know, loving hip hop and R&B. I really loved the Destiny's Child growing up, and so trying to sing Destiny's Child, having male vocals, you know, I always just loved being there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, in that key. And so, being inspired by Beyonce, Kelly, you know, and others, of course, you know, that did it after them. And actually, did I say after? Because they're still around, killing.
That's all right.
Killing it.
Yeah.
But Missy Elliott was a huge inspiration for me too. Just the swagger was just insane.
Yeah.
And it just made me realize, like, oh, I don't have to dress like my siblings or my parents that, you know, raised me. Oh, I really love that color. But they, you know what I mean? It was very cool to tap in, because none of my family at the time, I would say, didn't really like hip hop.
Okay.
And R&B. I would say maybe my older sister a little bit, but it wasn't a genre that was in the house.
So how do you take all these different influences and kind of make them your own? You know, like, talk to me about that.
That's
process.
so funny. I want to show you the last text that I texted a producer. He asked me where he's like, "Oh, I'm producing tracks for you right now. Where should we go? Who do you think you sound like?" And it's like, oh,
yeah,
right. Like, where do I fall? What genre? Yeah. And I was like, acoustic, hip hop, pop. Right. Just started listing all the things. So and then I wrote to him again, like, when he was like, okay, then what artist do you compare yourself to? I was like, oh, okay, well, and I think I wrote something along the lines of like, okay, well, just take Justin Bieber and Bruno Mars, and they met up with Pharrell and Chad at Alice in Wonderland themed picnic, hosted by Frank Ocean.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's it.
You know what I mean? It was like, all right. But that, I don't know. I mean, it's so experimental, so, right?
Yeah,
Life.
It is tough though too, because I think, you know, people do want to kind of define things.
They
right?
do.
People want to kind of be like, what am I in for? You know what I mean?
For sure.
What can I expect?
For sure. I want to be able to tap into everything, because I'm also a songwriter, and I want to present myself that way with for any artist that might need help.
Yeah.
Finding their sound, and I'm not here to just write cool songs and then sell them to people. You know what I mean? I want to get to know an artist and write a song for that artist.
Yeah,
you know?
I know. I do know one of your techniques. I did a little bit of research, and it's the mumble technique. So if you're a songwriter,
yes.
why don't you explain the mumble technique? Because I thought that was pretty cool.
Melody is everything, right? Like the beat makes you move, yeah, but the melody makes you feel.
Yeah.
Right? So when the beat is on and I'm trying to find the vocal melody that I think is appropriate for this track, usually it's whatever makes people in the room feel good or me feel good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to mumble through it. And there might actually, most of the time when I mumble, there are words that come out, and sometimes I'll be able to write an entire song. It's like, okay, just to fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of times it's fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
Because I want it to be more of a feeling more than words, because I've listened to an entire track where the guy was mumbling and I understood everything.
Awesome.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
so
yeah,
I have no problem trying different ways.
I love that process, because I think, you know, music fans, you know, they always think that songwriters basically like write the lyrics to the song, right? Because when you go to like Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you see like the lyrics to the song, you know, and it's like, you know, so I think a lot of times people just think like, I'm writing a song and I'm writing the song and I'm singing it, and, you know, but I love the visual of like, you know, and then all of a sudden like the song comes, you know, like I love that, because to me there's a mystery there, right, where it's like, and it taps into really, I think, the power of music, right, because it's really not about, a lot of ways it's not about what the words are, right? It's like you said before, it's about that melody, it's about that emotion that it elicits. So I love that. So mumble along. Yeah. Young songwriters and singers. It's okay.
I don't think I kept the mumble in there, but during the BTS footage for sure. Yeah, hell yeah. Mumble your way through a song.
I always think of a lot of punk bands that I like too. Like I would be so into their songs, like the Misfits for one. They have a couple songs where you can't understand what the hell he's like, you don't understand, but I thought I know all the lyrics.
Right.
Oh, dude, it's my favorite song. I'm like, you know, I know all the words and I'm all into it, you know, and then I got like the lyric sheet. I'm like, what? Like that? I only know like 3 of the words.
Right. You were mumbling the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you read the lyrics like, that's what he was saying?
Yeah.
What?
Absolutely.
Mind blow.
It's okay to love different. Who's to say what love is? Love ain't an easy game to play, but I'm playing. Love ain't an easy thing to maintain, but I'm staying. Take my hand, do you trust me? Take my heart, it's yours until there's nothing left. Give you every breath. Only 'cause I think you're worth it. The way you work it, it must be working on me. Only 'cause I think you're perfect. Gotta be certain you love me for me. You love me for me. It's okay to love different. Who's to say what love is? It's okay to love different. Who's to say what love is? It's okay to love different. Who's to say what love is? Who's to say what love is? It's okay to love different. Love ain't easy to explain, it's always changing. Love is so blind, you gotta feel, you gotta taste it. Take my hand, do you trust me? Take my heart, it's yours until there's nothing left. Give you every breath. Only 'cause I think you're worth it. The way you work it, it must be working on me. Only 'cause I think you're perfect. Gotta be certain you love me for me. Gotta be certain you love me for me. It's okay to love different. Who's to say what love is? It's okay to love different. Who's to say what love is?
fun, y'all. Thank you.